All right, crew. Hi there again, Mr. Morean. You all are making progress on this project week by week. We're taking a sizable bite out of this elephant, one bite at a time, right? So we have gotten to the third part. This is the culminating activity, as I mentioned in your overview video, of the hard work that you've done this year on reading complex texts, on learning how to incorporate evidence into an advanced argument that you are making, doing the work, practicing the work of an historian. So, our prompt again, which is where we start, we make sure we're always addressing the prompt. This is a comparison question, that is, similarities and differences. The attitudes of Christianity and Islam towards merchants and trade from the origins of each faith up until roughly 1500 CE. What significant specific details reflect how these attitudes changed over time? A second element of the question for either culture or both. So this is the 3-paragraph essay. All students on level and honors are required to compose a complete 3-paragraph essay. Yes, this is the final summative writing assessment that you will do for me as ninth graders. Congratulations, you have made it. We're going to go through what I will suggest is the ideal format of these 3 paragraphs. We'll talk about the reference for the AP DBQ rubric, which is what I have modified for this assignment. And as a reminder, the format is as such. On Thursday and Friday, May 27, 28, you will hopefully start with this video in the morning. Then you will peruse part 3, close read, the breakdown of the 3-paragraph essay for the honors or on-level doc. And hopefully you get some chance to put some eyes on the rubric itself. This is the rubric and how I will use to grade for accuracy your 3-paragraph essays. So, pardon me. I'm going to dive in here. These are mostly the same, but I'm going to pull up the honors here to view and discuss. All right, pardon me. Here we go. We are looking at the third and final part, the third and final week, and then I will return next week. So, final essay, 3-paragraph essay, due Friday, June 4. Honors students, you are also required to compose a complete thesis statement. On-level students, you will be turning in 3 body paragraph DBQ. 3 body paragraphs. We're going to go through what the formatting of those body paragraphs are and what they must address. And as a quick reminder for all students, each body paragraph, this is for all students, each body paragraph should include 2 minimum and maximum. That means no more, no less. 2 absolutely detailed pieces of evidence, either quoted, direct, or paraphrased, indirect, that include a basic DBQ citation. A DBQ citation is just a parenthetical with the phrase doc, abbreviation for document, and the number that it comes from, period. This is a part of the evidence sentence. That's it. That's the only citation that I need. But every time you're going to include specific evidence that's helpful to the claim that you're making and somehow answering the prompt, the question, you need to include a citation. Whether it is indirect, your paraphrased, detailed paraphrased information, or a direct quote from one of those 7 docs. Each of your pieces of evidence will include reasoning that explains how that evidence supports your claim. And lastly, here's where your happy analysis comes in, and we'll do this breakdown in a second. In addition to reasoning your evidence, you will add 1 more sentence. After each piece of reasoning, you will include 1, not all 4, 1 element of a happy analysis from that document. So if your evidence comes from Doc 2, your happy analysis from Doc 2, you'll pull 1 of the H, A, P, or P elements that you will build into a complete sentence. You are required, this is specific to honors, as you can see it's highlighted in green, you are required to include evidence from at least 6 of the 7 documents that you analyzed to earn a proficient score in both evidence and reasoning. For on-level students, my expectation is that you include evidence from all 4 of the 4 documents that you analyzed. Here is the general structure that honors and on-level students' body paragraphs should follow. As I break down this prompt, as I've been reading it here in these videos, and as I've been editing and rewriting this prompt for years, to me, this makes the most sense. Body paragraph 1 should be about similarities between Christians and Muslims regarding trade and merchants. Body paragraph 2 should be about differences between Christians and Muslims regarding trade and merchants. And then body paragraph 3, in what ways and why or how did either culture's attitudes toward trade and merchants change over time? Those seem like the 3 groupings or 3 buckets. Now, if you think there are different groups or buckets, so to speak, you can use this optional graphic organizer to create your own 3 groupings. We did not do a lot of practice with bucketing and grouping of evidences this year, so this is totally up to you. This is an optional graphic organizer. I think this breakdown of body paragraphs in structure is great, it's fine. So here's the last piece that I want to make sure that I note to you. Again, the thesis statement, either at the beginning or the end, is a requirement for honors level students only. This is an outline of a body paragraph that I'm going to go through with some detail here that is for all students. Every one of your 3 body paragraphs should include all 7 of these elements. First things first, we know we start out with a claim. In claim, evidence, reasoning, writing, we start out with a claim. This directly answers your question. In the case of that structure I gave you above, the specific similarities between Christianity and Islam as it relates to merchants and trade. Then, because we have 2 pieces of required evidence, we will also have 2 reasonings and 2 happy statements. So here we go. Evidence number 1 supports our first claim. It briefly describes or includes a quote. This is 1 sentence max. Then your citation, like we talked about, Doc 2 at the end of that evidence. Your next sentence, your third sentence in that paragraph, should be reasoning, explaining evidence number 1 and how it supports claim A. Consider some of the sentence stems that I've included here. After your reasoning, you will include your happy analysis element from the document where evidence 1 came from. Again, if it came from Doc 2, this is one of the 4 elements of a happy statement that is included. So note the context, audience, purpose, or point of view. Consider sentence stems like the context of this document or the text was intended for, and think about how this helps to answer the prompt and or support your claim. That is 1 chunk of evidence, reasoning, and happy analysis. Then you do that a second time per body paragraph. Evidence number 2 that supports claim A, reasoning of evidence number 2, and a happy element that corresponds with the document from evidence number 2. This is 1 body paragraph here. You will do that 2 more times, and your essay is done, and you are done with these challenging and rigorous writing tasks that you have accomplished in this class, despite our year of working away from one another. I am so impressed with the hard work that all of you have put in. Please be sure that you come to Mr. Vaga with questions that you have about any elements of this or after you have looked at the rubric. I look forward to reading these. I look forward to seeing you all on June 7th. Best of luck.